So, you've been working on your voice, and instead of feeling like the confident, radiant vocal queen / king / regent / assistant regional manager or deity you envisioned, you just feel kind of fake or weird, or like you're doing a bad impression of yourself. Yeah, that's a thing. And if that's where you're at right now, I want you to know, 1, you are not alone. 2, this feeling won't last forever. And 3, today we're going to talk about why this happens and how to move through it. Hi, I'm Renee, and I'm a gender-affirming voice teacher. I see this all the time in my YouTube comments. One person said, I did have the skills all along, but then I don't even sound like me anymore. It just sounds like I'm putting on a silly voice. Maybe strangers wouldn't notice, but people I know would think I sound ridiculous. And another person said, using your techniques just makes me feel like I'm faking it. I was waiting for the hidden information that would make it feel real. First of all, there is no hidden information. I'm not keeping secrets from you, like some sort of cryptic trans voice wizard. Second of all, if you've been feeling this way too, let's break it down, because I promise your voice isn't fake. Your perception just hasn't caught up yet. Let's start with a story from someone who has been exactly where you are.
So I'm currently on week 4 of a 6-week voice feminization course. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I haven't really found my total target voice yet. I'm just having fun and trying to apply what I'm learning. Overall, it's really challenging work, but I'm really just leaning into the playfulness of it and trying to stay positive and experiment. But something that my brain drew attention to last night is that while I'm learning to change the sound of my voice that you hear, my internal voice that I think in hasn't changed. And so I was doing my voice practice, but it was my old voice that was giving me internal feedback on how I was sounding. I imagine with time that I will develop a new internal voice as I settle into a new target voice. We'll see. BRB, gotta keep practicing.
Dolly, who is a current student in my course, Mindful Voice Feminization, talks about how she knew that eventually her internal voice would start to match her external voice, but in the meantime, it was a weird, unfamiliar feeling. And that makes total sense. Here's what's happening. Your brain is used to your old voice, and it's had a long time to develop that association. The way your voice sounds inside your head is shaped by those years of habit and expectation. When you change it, even slightly, your brain goes, excuse me, that is not correct.
That is not correct. Because according to the encyclopedia...
It's the same reason that hearing a recording of yourself can feel like an out-of-body experience. The voice you're used to in your head and the voice you hear on recording are 2 different things. And now that you're actively shifting your voice, of course it feels weird at first. But here's the good news. Your brain will adapt. Just like you can get used to a new haircut or a new name, you can get used to a new voice. It just takes time and repetition.
Fun fact, I've been transitioning for about a decade, and almost every time I get a haircut, I get intense dysphoria. Even if I like the haircut, even if I've had that haircut for years, even if I know that it objectively looks good on me, that knee-jerk shock of something new can send your dysphoria scrambling to convince you it's something bad, because it's only there to f with you.
Why are you doing this?
It's my job.
And one more important thing, people have weird hang-ups about modifying your voice, as if it's the one part of ourselves that we're not allowed to change. But here is the thing, it is not inauthentic to, as an adult, choose to redevelop your voice. Just as it's not inauthentic to work out to create a certain body shape or dye your hair or wear makeup and anything else that we have access to in our cosmic character customization screen. Okay, but what about other people? Not your people, we'll get there, but strangers. To strangers, your voice is just your voice. They don't have an old version of you in their head. They aren't comparing. They're just experiencing now you. Is it true that some people do make assumptions about gender based on voice? Yeah, and that can suck. But that is one of the reasons why we're voice training in the first place, to take advantage of people's assumptions and create reactions that keep us safe and happy. But beyond making assumptions that reinforce the gender binary, strangers are generally not paying that much attention to your voice.
If I wasn't paying attention, then how did I notice you not paying attention to my not paying attention? Ah!
They're too busy worrying about whether they left the oven on or what they'll make for dinner.
Like, seriously, I want you to think about the last errand you ran. How many of the people that you saw during that run do you actually remember? Can you actually remember what any of the clerks or baristas you interacted with this week sounded like? It's the same for them.
So, if you're afraid that strangers will think you sound weird, I know this sounds oh so easy of me to say, but don't worry. To them, this is just how you sound. Now, people who do know you, that's a different story, because people's brains, just like yours, notice change. But noticing something doesn't automatically mean judging it. Let's think about lipstick. Imagine you show up to work one day wearing lipstick for the first time. People might notice. They might say, oh, you're wearing lipstick. Not because they hate it, not because it's bad, just because their brain went, oh, that's new. Now fast forward 2 weeks, you wear lipstick every day, suddenly no one notices anymore because it's just part of you now.
Okay, you guys.
Same thing with your voice. At first, people in your life will notice. That doesn't mean they don't accept it. It just means they're adjusting. If you want to help them understand what's happening, you can send them my video from last week. Show this to your people before you start voice training. That way, they know what to expect and they know how to support you. Here's the biggest thing I want you to take away from this. Feeling fake doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you're doing something new. Dolly said it best in the caption of her reel. Miles and miles, or kilometers depending on where we are, to go. But I'm staying curious and building habits. That's the key. Stay curious, keep building habits, keep exploring.
If you experience dysphoria, remember how intense that feeling has been for other parts of your transition that you now take for granted. Just like those, it will fade. Just give it time.
And I promise, one day this voice you're creating won't feel like an act. It'll just feel like you. If this video helped, let me know in the comments. Did you ever struggle with feeling like your voice wasn't you? How did you get through it? And if you want more support, check out my free webinar, Change the Gender of Your Voice, No Hormones or Surgeries Required, where students like Dolly are finding their voices in ways that actually feel authentic. That's all for today. I've been Renee, and I hope this helps. I don't have lipstick to use as a prop.
If only I had thought.
I know, it's fine. Would you like me to laugh maniacally for you? Okay, I'm
like
ready.
one of your French wizards? I was like, is that you or is that me?
It was me.
Okay, fair enough.